we see Cold War and two camps. What is a Cold War and what are those two camps, right? So here there are two major ideological differences given way for emerging two political camps after the World War II. So two camps emerged here, political camps. We call those two power blocks. One is USSR, which is based on communism. That what we call communist bloc. Another one USA, and that is based on a democratic capitalist bloc, that is based on democracy and capitalism, which is called democratic capitalistic bloc. So there is a ideological difference between USA and erstwhile USSR. USA wanted to expand capitalism in the entire world, whereas erstwhile USSR wanted to block expansion of capitalism and made efforts to expand communism in the world. So, because of their ideological differences, these two nations, two superpower blocks, tried to influence the newly independent countries from the colonial rule. So they created a world split into two groups. One is with USA standing for capitalism, another one erstwhile Soviet Union standing for communism. Here USSR promoted the idea of equality. It stated that it stands for equality. Communism, Communist Soviet Union promoted that idea of equality and also promoted state controlled development. It means everything should be under control of the state. So the resources of a nation should be controlled by the state, and those resources should be used for development of it. And this is good in communism. It also stands for idea of equality. Every nation should be treated equal on international platform, that is promoting the idea of equality. Then what is not good, it opposes what you call suppression of opposition to these principles. What you call it, it does not allow multi-party system. USSR stands for single party democracy, whereas so USA, that is America, promotes what you call idea of multi-party democracy. It means in a democratic nation there is survival of many political parties, which is opposite principle to the Soviet Union. Another is USA stands for private capitalism. That means private capitalists are allowed to control the process of development. Capitalism is allowed in USA. Communists believe that capitalism is not good for the development of all, whereas America believes capitalism is a source for fast development. So these two countries, super countries, had their own ideology. So the newly independent countries from Asia, Africa, and Latin American countries, they were forced by USSR and USA. These two superpower blocks started controlling and forcing the newly independent countries they should immediately join any of the two blocks. So here USSR controlled entire Eastern Europe. There the Europe split into two parts from the ideological differences. Eastern Europe was controlled by the erstwhile USSR. So what are the countries in the Eastern Europe which were part of a Soviet Union? That is Poland, Hungary, East Germany. After the end of the Second World War, Germany also split into two parts. So Poland, Hungary, and East Germany, part of the Eastern Europe, moving with the Soviet Union. Under its influence and many colonies which gained freedom, that is China, Vietnam, they were also very close with USSR. So Eastern Europe controlled by the USSR. Coming to the Western Europe, that is Britain, France, Spain, they were very close with the USA. So they joined with the USA. So here many of the nations in the world started either joining with the USA or with the Soviet Union, that is erstwhile USSR. So in this way, there two super blocks, that is Soviet Union and USA, they competed. They competed with each other to bring all those countries which recently got independence after the end of the Second World War. So, in the competition of expanding their ideology, these two countries entered into a tension of war, which is not a real war, but they were very near to the war. So, in this way, these two power blocks they entered into a war tension for a period of 45 years. How many years? 45 years. It means from 1945 to 1991. That is the 45 years period. They engaged in a war tension, that what we call Cold War. What we call Cold War. Understand? So there was a strange war in which they really not enter into war, but they inspired and moved two countries which physically coming into war. So it was a war where the principal contenders did not physically attack. What are the principal contenders? USA and Soviet Union. They did not enter into war really, physically. Okay, physically they did not attack each other, but they fought each other, giving support to the countries which were in war. They fought each other directly. They did not fight. Directly. But what happened here? There was a war behind these two countries, giving support to the warring countries. So here we see there was no hot war. Hot war in the sense real war. Really, they did not fight, but they enter into a war where two countries, where two other countries were fighting. They were given support by USA one side and Soviet Union another side. And this kind of war is called here Cold War. That means a war was fought behind the closed doors through the advocacy and works, that what we call Cold War. What is Cold War? Cold War refers to a war behind closed doors through propaganda and words, that what we call a Cold War. What is Cold War? It is the war behind closed doors through propaganda. What do you mean by propaganda? It means giving warning. America given warning to the Soviet Union, and counter to the words of America, USSR also given words and advocated against America. So there was counter and encounter in propaganda and words. So in this 45 years of period, these two power blocks, they provoked the newly independent countries to fight. When the newly independent countries were engaged into war, these two power blocks supported those newly independent countries, one side USA and another side USSR. So in this way we see that these two power blocks did not get any damage. Actual damage, destruction happened to the third world countries. What do you mean by third world countries? The newly independent countries of Asia, America, and Latin American countries. These are called what? Third world countries. So third world countries, on the support of USA and USSR, they fought for a period of 45 years. Understand? So with the support of United States of America and USSR, the newly independent countries entered into war for a period of 45 years. There was a lot of destruction, damage, and economic decline in these third world countries. There was no real fight between two superpower blocks. Okay. So there was a war simply because of words and propaganda between two power blocks. That what we call Cold War. So Cold War is called here intention between United States and USSR. They influenced and shaped almost everything that happened for a period of 1945 to 1991. So in this 45 years period, there the Cold War was not just a propaganda war. It also happened. It also really uh, real war between the uh, independent countries. So nearly 20 million human lives have gone in this Cold War. That means 20 million people had lost their lives. The Cold War had taken the life of 20 million people. And who are these? To which of the countries these 20 million people belongs to? 20 million people belongs to newly independent countries. Okay, it is not from America, not from Soviet Union. Okay, almost all of the people in the Cold War killed are the citizens of third world countries. So what is meant by third world countries? The countries emerged from the colonial domination, right? So some of the countries given here which emerged from the colonial domination, that is Vietnam, Korea, Angola, Afghanistan. These are some countries given here. In the ninth class, you have studied the countries which got independence. In this class also, whatever world wars. After the Second World War completion in 1950s, so many colonial countries they got independence, right? So during this Cold War time, we see many of the independent countries, newly independent countries, what we call third world countries, they ethnically divided. Okay, ethnically similar people. That means people belonging to one ethnicity, and geographically the countries which are adjacent to one another. For example, India, Pakistan, which are adjacent, they turn to enemies, right? Then Turkey and Greece, they are adjacent. If you look at the world map, you will identify Turkey and Greece, which are adjacent, they turn to enemies. So for a period of 45 years, there was enmity and war between the countries which are geographically adjacent, and the war between people who are split into two groups by their ethnicities. So during this Cold War time, there two superpower blocks they used some tactics, what to call some strategies used by the two power blocks during the Cold War time. Okay, what are those? Those are proxy war, military alliances, arms race. These are the three strategies America, Soviet Union used during the Cold War time for a period of 45 years. Okay, let's see that how they used these strategies. What is meant by proxy war? Okay, right from the beginning of the Cold War, that is from 1945, these two superpower blocks, they tried to bring the countries fighting for freedom under their control, what we call sphere of influence. Sphere of influence in the sense, one nation, if one particular nation wanted to expand its ideology or political domination to the rest of the countries, is called sphere of influence. America wanted to expand its capitalism, that what we call expansion of sphere of influence of America. Similarly, USSR also wanted to do that. So USSR and USA, two countries, they tried to bring the newly independent countries, what we called third world countries, fighting for freedom, under their control, under their sphere of influence. Understand? So in order to bring the newly independent countries into their sphere of influence, they used different strategies. That one is, the first strategy, they used proxy war. What is by proxy war? It is near to the war. Okay, how these two power blocks came near to the war, we'll see with example. Okay, this was done by supporting two opposing sides in each of those countries. Okay, for example, if you look this example given here, Turkey and Greece. Turkey and Greece, these are the countries very adjacent. So one side, America given support, and to another side we see their Soviet Union is given. So here America and communist Russia, they have given support to the Turkey one side and another side Greece. So in this way, two superpower blocks entered into the issue of Turkey and Greece. They did not really fight, but they extended their support. Understand? So that is what you call near to the war. Understand? Truman, who was the Harry Truman, who was the president of USA, he given support to the Turkey when communists were trying to control the Turkey against the communist forces. America extended its support, that is supplying the bombs, or by giving word. We, for example, we did not uh, tolerate the expansion of communism in Turkey. We are ready to save the Turkey from the hands of communist Russia. So immediately with these words, what happens here? Turkey would go on fighting with the Greece by taking the support from Africa, from America. Understand? And in the Greece also, Soviet Union given support. So actually, which of the countries fought here? Turkey and Greece, right? But what was happened here? That Turkey, Greece, they entered into war. Both the countries suffered severe loss. But the power and the what to call the energy, the power of the USA and USSR is tested there. One side USA, that is to Turkey, and another side we see that Soviet Union extended support to Greece. So these two superpower blocks made Turkey and Greece enter into the wars. Understand? So this happened in 1947. There Turkey, Greece, they entered into war by the support of two superpower blocs. So there is a war between Turkey and Greece happened really, but what we see America and USSR, they fought indirectly, extending their support. So this is called Cold War. Okay. And another one we see in Congo also. What is that? In Congo. Congo was a colony of Belgium. Which one? Belgian colony. That what you call Congo. Understand? It got independence in 1960. After its independence, their communists who were very radical, okay, their radical communist leader Lumumba, Patrick Lumumba was the communist leader in Congo. He was killed in 1961. When? In 1961.